Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Bern. Come on in. This is the war room of the political revolution. What this is a daily motivational, inspirational show that I do for all of us that are out there fighting in this political revolution in order to change our government into one that works for the people. Please like and share and comment. Any interaction in the show gets it out to more viewers. So smash those like buttons and participate in the discussion. I love hearing from you. But thanks for coming back to the Daily Bern. I'm your host, Sean Yankee, and I thought we'd talk a little bit today about getting started. You know, a lot of us maybe are in it, in our heart, in our minds, and all of that, the things that we talk about every day, but we haven't gotten started. You know, um, don't wait to start. Start right now. That's the beautiful thing about our part in this fight in the first place is our part in this fight is already happening. It starts right now. Um, we have a very different job than Bernie. Bernie is our candidate and a politician. He has to follow a different set of rules. We are activists and we can do whatever we want. We could start right now. We don't have to wait for this change. Matter of fact, we create our own realities. So change it right now. And start making this greed something that is unacceptable. This greed that is driving our system is unacceptable. It has to go. You'll see people talking about, well, the healthcare industry will die off if we get Medicare for all. Good, good. I'm glad. Tell me some more good news. Give me some more reasons why I should vote for it. The healthcare industry is killing people every day. Insulin is outrageously overpriced in this country. Insulin is something that diabetics need to live. They are using fear of death to charge 16 times more for a bottle of insulin here than they pay in Canada, right across our border. It's ridiculous. We are touching land that pays 16 times less for medicine than we do because we are in a greed driven system, and greed and power and money dictate our healthcare system. We don't have a healthcare system. We have a sickness treatment system. If you have the money, if you have the means, we have a healthcare system. But you have to be able to pay to be a part of it. You're not, even if you work. For instance, and I'm not special, I have two jobs, okay? If you work and you have two jobs, and guess what I don't have? I'm not alone. I work two jobs and I don't have any insurance. And then there's ignorant people who be like, well, you should have picked a better job. That's your fault. You know, no one that works for a living should be living in poverty. Anybody that says to you, I have two jobs, it should be very clear on the surface that they do. They should be living it up, not just getting by. I was standing outside of work yesterday. I work with people that make lower wages. I work in the fast food industry because I need a job that allows me freedom. Yes, I probably could get a better job. That's not the point. I work at two places, 50, 60 hours a week. I should not be living in poverty. I should be able to afford insurance, and I don't care where that job is. As a matter of fact, people say that fast food is a kid's job. There's only two minors that work at the store that I work at out of 40 employees. Two. Everyone there is an adult. Everyone. The job market isn't as good as the media would have you believe. And all this growth in jobs, they're low paying jobs. And these people, I am not a bad person. I work. I contribute to society. I deserve to have some dignity, you know. But these people, they are convinced. It's funny how much the rich have the poor convinced that we have to stay poor or it'll get worse. We can't have better, accept what you have, because it could get much worse. These people are standing outside of a business. I didn't engage, right? Because I'm trying to do like Bruce Lee said and not react to everything. Everything does not deserve a reaction. So I'm observing, and they're talking about minimum wage in my state, Missouri, was passed to increase to $12 an hour by 2015. So January 1st, it takes its first spike. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it's been 775 or whatever it is forever. And, it needs to go up. It needs to be 15. 15 is a negotiation, honestly. If it went up with inflation, it would be somewhere around $23 an hour. If it went up with the cost of living and inflation. And I'm no math wizard, but I'm sure that's close. I have to admit, I did get that off of a meme, but it's ridiculous that wages have stayed stagnant for so long and the cost of everything has gone up. You know, it's all by design. The only thing I did interject into that conversation, because they're out there talking about, okay, all the prices are going to go up January 1st, and they're going to replace us with that kiosk out in the lobby, and they're going to cut our hours and blah 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 because of this. They're all upset because they're getting more money, right? And then they're rationalizing it like everything's going to go up, so it won't even be like we got a raise. And I'm just like, wow, this is I don't know what I'm looking for here, but it was depressing watching that conversation. Not interjecting, trying to just observe because these people are convincing themselves that they're not worth more, that if they get more, then they'll just take more. So we don't even need any more. They have us so brainwashed. Do you know how much the CEO of McDonald's made last year? Over $50 million with bonuses. You don't have the money? You got to raise the price of your Big Mac. You got to replace employees with kiosks. Who are you bullshitting here? Cut that guy. Tell me why someone needs to be making $50 million on your payroll. Explain that to me. I'll wait. I don't think that there's any reason why you need to be paying the CEO $50 million. Why you need to be pocketing huge bonuses. In Denmark, they pay $20 an hour, and the Big Mac costs what, 40 cents more than it does here? If McDonald's started selling Big Macs for $6 a piece in retaliation of the wage going up, McDonald's would go out of business. That's what would happen to McDonald's. They would board up their windows, they would go out of business, and a new restaurant would open up in its place that is willing and able to compete and do business in the current market, in the existing market, and willing to be realistic and realize that no one's going to pay $6 for a Big Mac. We're going to have to cut back on our greed. It's not that complicated, but you get poor people to get afraid to have more, to ask for more, because then they might take everything away. Well, what about if they take the scraps they're giving us? What about that? We got to convince these people that they're worth more. Not only that they're worth more, but that it is obtainable. That these people are hoarding wealth like a fucking dragon in a Lord of the Rings novel. They are hoarding more wealth than any one person could ever use in 1,000 lifetimes. It's disgusting. And they're paying no taxes. And they have full control over our lives. And will continue to until we stand up and fight back. Got a little carried away. Luckily, millions of us are standing up and fighting back. I include a link in the description of every Daily Bern to berniesanders.com. Please go there and see if there's any way that you can help out the campaign by volunteering maybe. There are tons of ways to volunteer. You may not be aware that there's so many different things to do. There are things that take almost no time. I do the texting. Like I said, I have 2 jobs and I do this show. I don't have a lot of free time. So I do the texting and it takes me like 15 minutes a day. That's it. And you don't even have to do it every day. Like what I do is I sign up for a package. I'll be like, I'm going to send these 500 texts. And that sounds like a lot. I'll get back to that. It's not. So an average package is 1,000. So anyways, I'll sign up. I'm going to do these 500 texts. And then that downloads into my app. And this is where it gets easy. It's all automatic. All I do is left or right swipe. It's like being on Tinder. I'm just checking to make sure there's a name and that, they haven't discontinued service. If they've asked to be taken out, if they texted stop, then I left click them, or I may have it backwards, but that's all. And you just take them out, put them in, send them messages, make sure the names are right, make sure the names are there, make sure it's the right message because it tells you what the campaign is and it tells you, okay, this is the message we're going to be sending out. And then you're just looking for that. And then send, 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 send as fast as you can hit it. And you're done. And then that is a really good tool for the campaign that we'll get to in Bernie events that helps us stay in touch with the supporters and keep them informed of rallies and things like that and how we're getting such good turnout and things like that. So it really does help. You can do that, and that's super easy. Or donate any amount, any amount. Don't feel like it's too small. If all you can give is $5 a month, give $5 a month. That's awesome. We bought a politician, so we got to chip in. We got to pay. We're up against big money. They're going to put billions of dollars against us. Easily. Billions. They invest that every election. Now they got to fight us. My God. They're going to use everything they've got. We got to chip in, try to fight back. I don't know if you know this, but we're already fighting propaganda videos on TV about Medicare for all, trying to mislead the average person about what it is even. So we definitely need your support, and if you can give anything, even $1, please do. I ask that while you're there, you get a bumper sticker, and they got these new cool ones. I can't get one because they're always out of stock, but I see people sharing that they got one. I'm trying. I got one on order. It's on back order, but it's round, and it's like this big, and it looks old style. It's inspired by FDR campaign stuff, and it looks really cool, and I want it. But I can't get it. It's always sold out. But get a bumper sticker because I'm amazed. I got to be honest with you. I really am amazed at how many interactions that I've gotten since putting that bumper sticker on my car. It really does start a lot of conversations. And that is what is going to win this. The little things. I know that we got beat. We didn't get beat. I didn't say that right. I know that we got cheated in 2016. We were robbed. I understand. I was there. Unfortunately not in Philadelphia, but I was there. I was watching and during all the live feeds I could find. I felt like I was there. I experienced it basically is what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm taking points away because I couldn't get to Philadelphia. I guess because I'm still upset with myself. I wanted to go, but I can't dwell on that. And we can't dwell on 2016 too much. Definitely acknowledge it. Definitely realize it happened. Definitely take it in and expose it. But don't let it dominate you. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the right thing. We are on the right path. We are doing great, actually. We have tremendous momentum, and we're doing exactly what needs to happen. So just keep going. Don't allow yourself to get discouraged by past failures because you learn from those. We learned a lot. What happened in 2016 is awful. Again, not condoning it at all. That was a travesty to democracy, and I can't believe we let it stand. But we learned so much that we're going to be able to use in this fight. about what they're going to do. We can prepare for it. Do you understand that now we were basically given a crash course in participating in democracy through that. We did a grassroots movement that took a senator that was 60 points behind the front runner, the most well-known woman in politics, and beat her. We beat her. We did that. And we learned a lot through doing that, through that failure. And that was our failure, not Bernie's. That was ours. This is our fight. If we do, and we did a lot in 2016, but if we do what we did in 2016, we will get the same result. It is insanity to do the same thing over and over again expecting different results. We didn't overwhelm them. If we're honest with ourselves, and when I say we, I'm talking about everybody, society, not you, not the type of person that would be sitting here watching a show like this. I'm sure you did everything you could, but we need more people to do everything they can. We need more people in our fight. They say it takes 3% of the population to pull off a successful revolution. 3%. So we don't need everybody, but we're going to need more than what we got right now. We have to realize that. And I think we need to get smarter about how we convert people and smarter about what groups we focus on. Like these people who are jaded and have their feelings hurt by Bernie or are disenfranchised by 2016 to the point where they preach against voting now, I'm going to stop focusing on them because they're too hurt. What I've come to realize is they're never going to change their mind about how they feel about what happened in 2016 because they are deeply hurt. Bottom line, they won't admit it, but they're deeply hurt. And I think they even want to come over to our side again. And they want to take part in this second chance. But they can't. Something inside of them is just fighting it too hard. And I get it. Democracy was stolen in this country. I get it. But we let it stand. We have to take responsibility. We have to take responsibility for things. This is ours. All right? We let it stand. We did not flood the streets. I'm talking everyone. Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Independent. Everybody should have been pissed. Just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean it can't. You're watching an election be rigged in this country. A country whose whole foundation is supposed to be democracy and preserving democracy and spreading democracy. We don't have true democracy. We didn't flood the streets. There weren't riots. We took it. We cried, screamed, got as loud as we could. They ignored us. And everyone else looked the other way. We need more people to wake up. So that's what we're doing. While Bernie runs for president, we're waking the others. We have different jobs. Our job is to inform people and wake them up. Bernie's job, similar, but he's got to play by different rules. He's got to play in a different arena. But we have freedom to do whatever we want. So teach people, inform people. And I think we do that by focusing mostly on these non-voters. 60% of people cannot even be bothered to vote in this country. There's your market. And Trump supporters. A lot of Trump supporters are not that far off from being Bernie supporters. But we win this by doing the little things, taking advantage of opportunities as they come along. That is how this fight happens. This is a marathon fight. This fight is going to be we don't even start voting until next year. So this fight is just getting started. But thanks again, guys, for coming to the Daily Bern. And if you shared, thank you so much. That helps more than you know. And this message needs to spread and get out there. So thank you. Our next segment on the show is Bernie events. We look at what Bernie's up to. Um, Last night was the debates, and Bernie did fantastic as he always does. We'll get into that more in the news. But next week, or this coming up week, the 13th through the 14th, Bernie will be in Nevada. They're going back to Nevada for 4 events, 2 town halls, and 2 rallies. So that's what's going to be going on coming up with Bernie. If you want to stay informed with what's going on in the Bernie Sanders campaign and our revolution, text Bernie to 67760. That will enroll you in the texting service, which is what I do in volunteering. And we text out everything that's going on in the revolution that's pertinent to you in your area. So follow that or get the Bern app. That'll keep you informed with what's going on and allow you to do cool little things and count you as a supporter statistically. So get that too. But that's how you stay up to date with the campaign, or you can just watch this show every day and I'll tell you what's going on with Bernie. All right, so the news is going to be short. As you know, the debates were last night. And like I said earlier, Bernie did great. And the reason why I say that is because, not because they gave him a lot of time to talk, because they didn't. And on everything that was important, every issue that Bernie would have shined, they stayed away from him. You know, they focused much more heavily on Biden and Warren and even Castro and all the others. Klobuchar got more time probably than Bernie, but Bernie did great with the time that he had. Biden imploded, as per usual, and called Bernie Mr. President. So Biden can see the future, even though his mind is slipping. He does know what's coming. But that's what happened last night at the debates. Bernie's message dominated. That's why I feel like Bernie won, even though Bernie didn't get a lot of time to talk. And that's what was going on in the news. But we need to focus on us. That's all. Bernie's doing great. Bernie's doing fantastic. The campaign, doing fantastic. They are doing a very good job, working very hard, going all around the country informing people. We just have to do our part. And like I talked about earlier, we got robbed in 2016. That was stolen from us. Bernie won in 2016, and we all know that. But you learn more from failure than success. You know, we failed. We did. We're not going to this time. This is different in almost every way. You know, the only thing that's the same is Bernie's running for president. We're supporting him and fighting for him. That's all still the same, but we are in a much better position. You see what I mean? To the average person, Bernie Sanders is now a household name. In 2015, nobody knew who he was. We had to inform everybody about even who he was. Now we're in a much better spot. So don't let failure or past failure stop you. Don't let it discourage you. Failure builds character. We're stronger because of what happened, and we are not going to stand for that again. I hear all the time, well, what if they rig it? What about if they rig it? Or they'll just rig it. That defeatist mentality drives me crazy. We allowed a rigged election in this country. Are we going to do that again? And when I say we, I'm talking to everybody. Democrat, Republican, whatever, I don't care. Democracy needs to matter. And if another election gets rigged in this country, I will never vote again. I will lose complete faith in democracy as a path to progress. And I will focus instead on something similar to the yellow vests. Because that's what it takes. That's what it takes. It takes millions of people standing united. And millions of people are standing united behind Bernie Sanders. And I am going to do everything I can in that fight to make sure that we win. And we're going to win. All we have to do is all that we can. That's it. If we take full ownership of this, if we really own this and move forward with the mentality that we are going to do all that we can to make sure that this happens, nothing can stop us. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not not a weaponized media, not billions of dollars, not anything. When the people stand united, they win. That's fact. So stay united, stay strong. Don't allow the media to break you. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to try to do every day, every hour, every minute until the election. They're going to try to break us and make us look crazy and convince us that we're losing and etc., etc., etc. The media paints reality in real time. We fight them. They need to be brought down too. You know, there's a lot wrong in our society, and we're going to do a lot to change that because millions of people are owning this, that this is ours, not some politician, not even Bernie. No one's going to save us but us. And when enough of us realize that, when enough of us own this, we will win. But thanks for hanging out with me today at the Daily Bern, and I will see you guys right here tomorrow for a brand new episode of the Daily Bern at 9:30 a.m. Central. Keep fighting out there. I'll see you tomorrow.